Yo, what's up? My name's Veteran Pat, and welcome back to another Dungeon Defenders episode. And a daily reminder, it's good to appreciate little things like this while we have them. This cute little aesthetic and all the February, Valentine's Day, decorations will not always be in the Dungeon Defenders Tavern. So it's nice to appreciate them, give them a good old look over every single day if you're logging into play while you still can. I'm sure there's a ton of artists, developers, and animators who put a ton of time and effort into every little detail in the taverns like this. But then, of course, after appreciating the beautiful scenery, it's time to jump into the game and make some fucking progress, boys. Let's just go ahead and do it. Today, I'm going to be continuing my Mastermind achievement hunt, which requires getting the Master Strategist Award on all missions. Now, all missions, from my understanding, usually refers to between the Deeper Well all the way down to Glitterhelm Caverns, all the main storyline missions. We just did Royal Gardens, the Throne Room, and Hall of Court last episode. We were doing like 3 maps an episode as our current pace. I play on insane difficulty, so I'm able to let the minions like walk to me faster and just get taken care of them faster. I'm also playing on hardcore. I don't know if I need to be playing on hardcore. The timer is kind of nice. I think that's honestly the main reason why I've been doing it. Sometimes I just get distracted, and the timer is a perfect way to kind of refocus me and force me to build things at a quicker pace. So hilariously, I could kind of just play on hardcore. Like the XP and mana bonuses from hardcore when playing on insane difficulty don't really matter or factor into my current, like based on my progression, right? If you're lower level or whatever, it's probably really helpful. So I'm not saying don't run hardcore if it helps you, but for me personally, I'm not really doing it for the benefits. Usually you turn on hardcore because the loot is so much better, because the mana, the drops, etc, right? I'm gonna go ahead and place this. The general strategy for this is just lightning towers all around, and then monk strength drain auras. I'm gonna go ahead and get these strength drain auras built ASAP, because then I can essentially do whatever the hell I want afterwards. It's essentially build strength drain auras and then spam DPS towers with the mage. The spacing on this map also kind of works out perfectly. I get to put a strength drain aura starting over here and then one also over there. So this should be one of the easiest maps I feel like I've done so far. I might be able to like hard chill and do some AFKing. We'll have to see. Maybe watch some Magic the Gathering podcasts or Magic the Gathering videos. I've been deep into getting super back into Magic the Gathering, specifically Legacy. It's funny because I'm getting back into it at a really weird time. The metagame is just not very good right now, slash pretty unhealthy. But you know what? I lived through Oko, Renin 6, Fatal Push printed, like all these different eras that I fucking despised. So you know what? If I can live through those, we can make it, boys. And for the 10 people out there who understood everything I just said, thanks so much. I believe this is another map that I've actually spent a weird amount of time on, like kind of a lot of time on this map, specifically because, well, I think number one, what is this called? The Ramparts? I think there's the Halloween maps, right? If I recall correctly, some of the Halloween maps are actually like just this map, but with like an extra little wisp bridge over here leading over to a pumpkin and all the pumpkin stuff. And it's kind of funny, my crystals are pumpkins right now, actually, because it would be perfect to play this map on the Halloween map. And I love this map being the Halloween map. It worked super well. I love all the little aesthetics. There's like a big pumpkin that spawns the minions over here, usually a big pumpkin up here. Dude, honestly, those maps, just thinking about those maps, they're fucking beautiful, man. Probably some of my favorite visually maps in Dungeon Defenders, in terms of like not the traditional maps, like in terms of easily holiday maps. I think out of the holiday maps, the Halloween maps are probably my favorite. I just love the pumpkin spawns. And I'm not even like a Halloween holiday kind of guy. I don't dislike Halloween at all. But, in terms of vibes, I definitely think I end up being a Christmas fella, at least as an adult. And this is the sort of riveting discussion you guys can prepare yourself for until I complete the Mastermind achievement. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I'm honestly, I'm a little nervous. I haven't seen, I probably should actually jump into this. I'm recording these videos well ahead of time. My goal is to start getting really ahead on Dungeon Defenders videos, because that will allow me to do more, number one, more big projects on this channel. If I can have like 10 videos scheduled, prepared, ahead of time, then I can focus on doing things like guides and doing other Dungeon Defenders based content, as well as focusing on the other YouTube channels that I run. So just getting ahead of the game is something that is easily the biggest benefit of being a quote unquote YouTuber. is being able to schedule things, get ahead of time. And if you want to work 100 hours in a week and then work 0 the next week, you kind of can. I don't know if I would ever do to that extreme, but you have some more leeway in the hours you want to work and flexibility. You know, it's really more effort you put in, more output you get, or more chance. Really, it's more than any other job that I've ever worked, which I've worked plenty of other jobs. YouTube is the more effort you put in, the more likely you are to get an outcome, which is just sadly not always the case, especially depending on where you work. You know, I always think about, I've never worked in fast food or never worked in retail. I always think about how those jobs feel like, I could be wrong. I feel like they just chew up the good workers. I feel like the good workers go in with a good heart and like they just want to do a good job and be earnest and be honest, and they either just don't get appreciated, and then they kind of just burn out and they're like, fuck it, why even try? Or they get promoted so quickly that, you know, they're not actually going to be working there very long. So I don't know. I love to hear experiences on stuff like that. I feel like part of me wants to go get like a shift at Taco Bell one summer for like 3 months just to have that life experience. I feel like working retail, working fast food is probably something everybody should be required to do as someone who's never done it, right? Which is kind of a privilege. So I don't know, just something I kind of talk about and think about sometimes. We can ramble about. This is a ramble video, dude. It's Mastermind achievement. It's the Ramparts, Dungeon Defenders. I might do a little bit of rambling, boys. Previous jobs I've had. My first job, I actually started working when I was 15. I got a job demanufacturing computers and server boards at an electronic recycling plant, which sounds a lot fancier than it is. Technically, the title is like demanufacturer. All it really is unscrewing computers, like taking apart computers. And I can be the first to say taking apart computers and taking apart hardware is so much easier than actually having to put it back together. Those are the true skilled, you know, mechanics out there, the people who build computers. And I know it's somewhat easy to pick up, but I think people who, like, I've built 1 to 2 computers, but I do think people who do it underrate, you know. It's like one of those things where you learn something and you're like, oh yeah, it's so easy. Well, it's easy for you because you've gotten good at it, and that's amazing. You should be proud of that skill instead of just brushing it off as oh, you know, it's easy to do, you know. I think that happens in a lot of situations. But anyways, back to jobs. I love that job. Demanufacturing computers and server boards at an electronic recycling plant was so much fun. It was a pretty small company. It was mostly done in a warehouse. Had some really cool coworkers. One really annoying coworker, because they just hired some young people. I think one of the workers was 14. I was 15 at the time. Then I was pretty proud of my work and just cared about like getting better and better. It was kind of an efficiency based job where like it was such a good job at showing you the progression. Like the more you practice, the more computers and server boards you took apart, the faster you would get, right? The faster you would get, the better you would get at it. You would just slowly get better and better and better. And it was cool to start the job, you know, taking apart like 2 computers a day and then moving to 4 to 6 to 8 to 12 to now you can run through like 50 Dell Optiplexes in one day. Server boards were a different story. A lot of what we manufactured or took apart for scraps, for parts, for fans, metals. Occasionally you would find GPUs or RAM, but it was pretty rare. It was usually just mostly what we took apart are what I usually say are those computers, you know, those computers that you had like in school, at least if you live in the US, most of us had those like Dell Optiplexes or those like black Dell, very square desktops. We mostly took those apart, and you can crank through those, to be fair. But every school business, it will have hundreds of those. Those get mass produced for learning and for, you know, for things like that for businesses. So we took apart a lot of those, the older versions of those. And those were pretty quick, honestly. Those are really efficiently built machines. They're actually like really, I have a love for them. Hilariously, my current computer build is actually in a Dell Optiplex case now. I don't know if I just took a liking to them from that job, or I really do like the case, hilariously. It's a very simple, just pretty much a black box, but it has a handle on it. You can easily take it off. It's easily workable. I love it, but that was a cool job. Demanufacturing computers and server boards taught me a lot about computer hardware. Met a lot of really cool people. There was an IT software department that had some really cool people in it. I bought my first ever computer that I ever owned from that job. It was a refurbished laptop. I don't even remember the terrible I don't think it had a dedicated GPU. Like it was just like, you know, like a typical like Dell Inspiron type laptop, I believe, if I recall correctly. But I bought it refurbished for like $200, and that was the first ever laptop that I personally owned. The first, real big purchase I feel like that I ever made, and got it from that job. All thanks to that job. All thanks to some summers, a summer or two working at that place, and some good life lessons, some good life skills. Honestly, really, really fucking fortunate to get a job like that at that age. I also worked in childcare. I worked at the YMCA for a summer as a sports camp counselor. I was basically just the guy who would help organize the kids into groups and then play sports with them. That's a ton of fun. Like, you just get to run around, play football, play basketball, teach kids sports, which is honestly like fucking beautiful. Like it's imagine like teaching a kid your favorite like video game, teaching your kid your favorite thing, passing it on. It's honestly a really beautiful, really enriching experience. Another really awesome job that I'm really glad I was able to have at like 16, 17. Really, really cool gig. The only thing was, I mean, it was really physically demanding. Like, you'd be out in the sun like 8 hours a day. So you would go home like exhausted from the sun, like just getting beaten down by the sun all day. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun that job was. But also it's because we were dealing with younger kids. There's the master strategist. I can't imagine. My heart always goes out to, as someone who's worked in childcare, and I just naturally have a lot of patience with young kids. I don't know why. They're just it's their job to be stupid, and I think I understand that. However, my patience, and this is an honest, earnest sentence, my patience stops with teenagers. I have so much love in my heart and respect for middle school, high school teachers. How do you guys do it, man? I could not do that. If there's any teachers in my community, fucking much love to you for what you do, because I couldn't do it, man. Teenagers drive me crazy. They irritate the hell out of me. And that's probably the same way, like, I hear plenty of people say kids irritate them, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a kid's job to be dumb. How could they bother you? But then I kind of feel the same way about teenagers, so I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. Like, I naturally, mentally, I understand kids are supposed to be dumb and teenagers are supposed to be dumb too. But maybe it's because kids are dumb and they know they're dumb, whereas I feel like teenagers are dumb but think they're smart. Maybe that's what irks me. But I'm the adult. I should understand. Like, it's one of those. It's hard to be a teacher, man. It's hard to be a teacher. It's a hard gig. My dad was a teacher, actually, so I also just like kind of was always around that kind of sphere. It's a cool environment. Anyways, back to a little bit of Dungeon Defenders. I'm going to go ahead and build some lightning towers, like so. How much mana do I have? 380. I don't know if I can quite build 3. I'm going to need one over there, though, actually, like guaranteed, I think. So I'm going to have the mana to build 3. It's going to be a little awkward mana-wise. I'm going to have enough for 2 Strength Drain Auras, but I just fucked up. Oh, no. I don't have any Strength Drain Auras. Okay. That's going to be really awkward. I can either restart. Yeah, this guy's electric immune, of course he is. I can either just restart or just try to hope to get enough mana really quickly to... Man, this is going to be awkward. To get a DST built. But, like, try to distract this guy. I don't think he's going to take a swing at me. I need mana really badly. This is going to be close. This is an awkward mistake. I'm gonna restart. I think I fucked this. Did I yap too much? Oh no. Do we pay the price for the yappening? You know what? That's okay. Probably deserve to take an L here. That's my first loss on this challenge, because it shouldn't be that difficult of a challenge, but you know what? I deserve that L. I ran to the crystal. I was trying to go to the Tavern Forge to switch heroes, and I just mindlessly ran to the fucking the crystal instead. Huh. I think I can just do 1 Strength Drain Aura here at the start and kind of work it like that, and then do 1 more over by the other crystal. So I think I can actually only build, see how that, okay, being able to step back here actually lets me view this way better. Yeah, that Strength Drain Aura is taking over that entire area, so we should be totally good here. That overlapping is kind of crazy, actually. Wow. I don't know if you guys could tell by my voice, but I just got jump scared by like a pillow falling in my room. I'm gonna leave that in. That's kind of a good meme. I was so locked into the app, so locked into the Dungeon Defenders that literally a pillow falling like fucking made me yelp a little bit. All right, the first wave is going to begin here in a few seconds. I still need to go grab this chest here, and then hopefully, I don't think this will give me enough mana for a new lightning tower. Actually, maybe it will. Oh no, it will. Oh, whoa. So you actually, wait, okay. I must have miscalculated. I actually did have plenty of mana then. Because I have exactly, with one strength drain aura over here, I have exactly enough for two strength drain auras on the map total, and then 3 LTs in the first wave. Okay, we're totally good then. We beat the map, boys. We're done. In a few seconds here, we'll be done 2 out of 4 of the final maps needed to finally knock off the Mastermind achievement off of my list, which I'm so flippin' excited for. I'm excited for the next episode to be such a grand finale for this journey, for what it's been. Next episode is going to be the Summit and Glitterhelm Caverns, which are 2 really fucking crazy maps. Like, I actually could have some problems with. I mean, even this map, like today I experienced my first loss. Now, was my first loss due to skill issue and not the map being too hard for me? Yeah, but you know, that's Dungeon Defenders, and that's how it goes sometimes, and that still counts. Bottom right hand corner where I saw that Master Strategist achieved. Perfect. Honestly, I might actually engage in a weird strategy here. Okay. There is a chance, we'll see next episode for sure, but there is a chance that I actually already have the Master Strategist achievement on Glitterhelm Caverns, because I grinded that map so much, so many times. It wouldn't surprise me if there was just one run where I just didn't hit any minions. So I'm kind of curious to see if next episode will just be done after the summit. But I will see you guys for that later. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. Subscribe to the channel for Dungeon Defenders videos every 3 days. And keep defending your dungeons. I'll see you guys very soon for more achievement hunting. Hey, what's up? Retro Pat here, and I want to say a quick big thank you to everybody whose name is listed here, because it means you went above and beyond and supported me via the Patreon, which allows me to put more time, effort, and resources into this channel. Thank you so much, and have a great day.